battle starts.
Hey folks, this is Picohan from the North American server, and this is another fun replay in the not at all underrated Tier 4 Japanese battleship, the Myogi. The map is Big Race, it is Epicenter, and a shout out to clanmate Moftin in the Ishizuchi, and Helldoggy in another Myogi. The Myogi review seemed to be fairly popular with respect to some of the other videos I made, so I figure why not do another one here. I think people do like to watch other people play the quote-unquote bad ships, so we'll just get right into it here. For my more in detailed thoughts on the Myogi, you can see that review. So I'm arbitrarily going over here to the east flank because I spawned over here. Both sides are more or less the same on this map. I think you can get a little bit closer to ships early on if you go east side, but if you go west side, you have a better chance of engaging and being able to take out destroyers and such, which are important. The Marblehead here is being kind of suicidal, and this is really an easy kill at this range. Some people would be kind of salty about that kill secure, but you did see that I had fired before and I fired on cooldown, so I'm not like holding the shot or anything waiting to kill that guy. So we're just gonna keep going east now and try to feel out the flank. And if it gets too heavy, we'll turn the ship around. Repositioning is exactly what this ship is really good at, especially on a smaller map like this. Phoenix was maneuvering and turning, so we didn't get him. He was also pretty far away. As I said in the Myogi review, trying to shoot at people more than 10 kilometers away is usually kind of a crap shot. You're not really going to make those kind of shots. The Emily also maneuvering and also pretty far away, so again, nothing doing there. Now, with the two ships over here dead, I am the first ship, so I really don't want to be that aggressive this early on, because there are 4 or 5 versus me, even though they can't all shoot at me at the same time right now. So I'm going to turn the ship around, slow down, and just wait to see if they want to push into me. Especially this early in the game, falling back is fine. In Epicenter, some people don't really understand that you don't need to cap the Epicenter too early on. Getting the middle is equivalent to getting like 1 cap in domination, and so as long as you contest the 2 outer rings, even if the enemy secures the middle, it's not too bad. You can let it go for a little bit. The Izyaslav looked like he didn't have last stand. We took a shot. It was an overpen and a full pen, so that should be pretty good. So we're going to slow down here and see if we can catch him since we're out of his torp range. Yeah, there. So he only has like 500 left. Again, at this range, it's a pretty easy kill, especially with BBAP being ridiculous against lengthwise destroyers. So that's kill secure number 2 with a mere 6,000 damage. So let's look for number 3. slowing down again, and I'm turning back in again now because the number of enemies has dropped a little bit, and they're distracted by the other battleship over there. I fired on cooldown, didn't want to waste a shot. Wasn't really worth it, but then the low health target that I would have saved it for went down anyways. The friendly battleship goes down as well. I'm just gonna hold the position a little bit to see what these guys are doing. As long as they keep pushing in, I do want to keep falling back, though not necessarily quickly because the distance is already pretty big. Here I sped up to make this turn, but I don't actually want to go anywhere. I just want to angle against these guys and let them push in again. That does seem to attract the attention of some of the guys in the south, so I just turn a little bit further and angle against both. Still trying to take pot shots at what I think are the most opportune targets, but again with these ranges, it's not very good. And continuing to fall back slowly, trying to see if someone will overextend. And at some point, I feel like the Phoenix is doing just that. So, considering his low health, his isolation, I said, okay, let's go for it. This is really the sort of hit and run that the Myogi is good at. You can see that the Phoenix, if he wants to get out of the situation, he needs to turn around north or down through those islands. If he goes north, he'll have more distance, but he'll allow me to shoot at him longer. Whereas if he goes south, he'll be out of view faster, but he has to show broadside. Whereas in either situation, if I can't kill him, I have plenty of room to disengage if need be. Sadly, the engagement did not work out for me. We got the chance to fire two fairly opportune salvos, but I didn't shoot well, and RNG was not on my side. One Citadel would have been enough to kill that guy. But it seems like the Phoenix still wants to push in, so we're going to go south and try to cut him off, but not before we take a shot at another juicy target right here in the middle of the map. Not sure why no one has taken him out, seeing that he has engine damage, but this should be another kill secure, even though it's at 13 kilometers. The guy's stationary, so the dispersion wasn't too bad.
Our team has taken the lead.
The Phoenix is kind of zigzagging around the islands, so I'm just trying to see which way he wants to go. Admittedly, I do hold my fire for this guy since he is a much better target than the Ishizuchi at 13 kilometers over in the northeast, and we finally land that one Citadel that we needed to kill him, and hopefully saved our Phoenix as well. So that's 4 kill secures at 20,000 damage. I would say that's some healthy kill securing indeed. And if you look at the score, while we distracted their team up here, the team in the south pretty much mopped up. So, of course, this means it's damage farming time. As is usual for these kinds of situations, I'm going to try to get the ram on the Kaiser to secure the Kraken. In the meantime, we will try to brawl with him. And you don't typically think of the Myogi as a brawler, but this is something I think people don't really understand. Brawling, like bow camping, is not a strategy. It's a tactic. In the right situations, any ship can effectively bow tank or brawl, and the Myogi is no exception in this regard. Given all the things that this guy has to deal with, I'm very confident that I can get right up next to him and dish out massive damage, if not outright kill him, without taking too much damage in return. So there's the Kraken, and you can see throughout that engagement we only took 10k, and that was between the Ishizuchi over in the corner and this guy, and we did 17 to this guy, so it was a good trade. But we're not done yet. The Ishizuchi is still out there in that corner. As we finally did make it into the center of the caps here, we are going to get 3 assisted captures, which is pretty hilarious for the Myogi. And afterward, there's no reason not to just go and rush this guy down. The Ishizuchi may be a kiting, HE spamming, battle cruiser-like thing, but there's no reason for this guy to be up here in A8. And he hasn't really taken any damage. This is what they call, quote-unquote, saving his star. Of course, I'm going to ask for the ram this time, because, 6 kills is always nice after you've gotten 5. But regardless of what he does, I'm just going to go and rush him anyways. He is firing AP. Given the attributes of the Ishizuchi, I wouldn't be doing that. It doesn't do that much damage. I don't know if he can overmatch at this tier, especially since the Ishizuchi guns are pretty low caliber. That salvo does do a bit. I'm guessing it was mostly superstructure, but he's also going to take a huge hit right there, and we're going to finish him off for kill number 6. So that's an easy 6 kills in the Myogi with a mere 42,000 damage, which, mind you, is less than the health of the ship. We also got a Dreadnought, but despite the 6 caps and 3 cap assists and the 6 kills, we were still just second, probably due to the paltry amount of damage we have. We did tank 1.3 million, which I think is decent at this tier. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day.